The culture of wanting everything immediately.
Immediately having it all straight away.
Yeah, and how we can avoid this culture of immediacy. That's what we're going to be chatting about today, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
In this week's episode of Get Real with the English Sisters. Get ready to join. I want it now.
Yeah, I want it now and I want it right away.
Click, click.
Yeah.
So easy nowadays, isn't it?
And it can get so stressful as well, can't it?
So stressful.
I mean, how can we avoid this culture of wanting? I mean, certainly the iPhones and the phones in general, smartphones, email, everything does make us have a better life.
It
But
does.
it also does contribute to this culture, especially in the workplace.
It's so immediate now, isn't it?
You can receive emails at any time. And it's often your senior, the people in a senior position, they can ask you to do things literally any time. WhatsApp, email, they contact you.
Yes, a colleague of mine was telling me.
It's a bit of a nightmare,
A colleague
really.
of ours was telling
Patience.
us that on Saturday night they were out with their friends and
Yeah.
they got a lot of emails from their boss.
There you go.
Which I don't think their boss was intending for them to deal with them because it was a weekend.
Yeah.
But just seeing them and reading them made them really feel really anxious and nervous.
Of course.
And it stopped the flow of, of the lovely evening they were having.
Yeah, it does. I think it's probably okay if you are the boss and you do just say, look, I'll send these emails, as long as there's a clear guideline with your employees that they know that even if you send an email, they do not expect you to answer until it's Monday morning when it's a work day, if Monday morning is your work day. I think that has to be very clear. Otherwise, there is a lot of stress.
Well,
added
yeah, I
into
think
that.
if your boss tells you, look, I'm going to send emails because that's when I get a chance.
Yeah, that's when I work or whatever. Yeah.
But, I don't expect you to, and please do silence me at the weekend or whatever, I don't expect you to answer.
Yeah, because if the workers are unsure about their deadlines, that's when the stress can really build up.
I think so.
Because there is no certainty. You're not sure, does he expect me to get it done? Does she want me to do this now?
Yes.
Am I supposed to do this right now?
Am I supposed to work all weekend now?
Yeah,
to get
I
this
mean,
done?
how the hell do they expect me? And that's where all the stress goes in,
But even just thinking about work,
It's
gives you
awful,
stress,
really,
because
yeah.
it puts it. Do you remember what they used to say? They used to say, when you come home from work, take your work clothes off and change.
Yeah, and change,
And
yeah.
leave the day behind you and, just relax for the evening.
Oh, yes. That used to
Whereas
be the olden
this
days.
is you can never really take your work clothes off because you can, but it's really hard nowadays.
That's like what
'cause
doctors
everything
were
is
saying.
so immediate.
Patients also have, very often they've got their WhatsApp. And so they can actually contact a doctor at any time. And it's up to the doctor to say, okay, I'm not going to answer that message, or I will answer that message, depending on the immediacy. But the doctor still receives the message probably, unless he silences and chooses not to see it. But,
Yeah, unless they have like two phones and they keep one in the cupboard or something.
Yeah.
They haven't got any,
Yeah,
they
obviously.
haven't got any urgent patients or anything.
But
They're
it
off
is
the duty.
obviously we know that doctors, and that is probably not a very good example I'm giving. Really, I'm
Well,
just
I think it is because before, say your doctor, you'd be able to phone them. It's true, you would be able to phone if you had a problem in the night. There usually was always a number that you could call.
home number.
But
or
I don't
something.
know. It may be for the patient. They might think twice about calling their doctor because it's like it was so stark,
Yeah.
It's a phone call.
Yeah.
You're going to wake your doctor up in the middle of the night,
and
say,
someone else
is
might-
it
yeah.
really that serious? Do I really need this, or can I deal
Just
with
go
this in
to
a
the
different
ER
way?
or something.
Yes.
Yeah, not.
Whereas
yeah.
now with WhatsApp, I just write a little message and see what happens, see what they
Yeah,
say, see if
yeah.
they answer me.
That is true. Yeah,
And then it also comes down to the doctor kind of knowing his patients and knowing which ones cry wolf and which ones don't.
I guess so.
And when sometimes they cry wolf, but then it really is an emergency. So it's very difficult, I think.
I think as a manager, as a team leader, it's important to sort of create a role model for your employees so that you too are protected. So if an employee does write to you at an odd hour, you simply don't answer. So you're also creating this kind of like model
Yes,
that
that's a good
they
idea.
can follow on as well. Because I
Well,
think,
you mean lead by example?
yeah, lead by example, create a model of behavior that they can sort of absorb unconsciously and say, well, he didn't, they don't answer after whatever 5 p.m, 6 p.m, they don't answer, but I'll get an answer the next day. You kind of train.
Yeah. I think the immediacy as well, wanting everything immediately, also, it can filter into all areas of our lives.
Oh
can't it?
yes, I mean, we were just talking about the workplace. It can be any area.
It can be like that
Absolutely.
instant gratification as well, reaching out for that hot dog instead of a protein
I immediately want to feel
some eggs or something.
yeah, satisfied, like something that gives me pleasure immediately.
Yeah, that dopamine hit.
Yeah, so that's not obviously, I mean, might not be, but it could well be something that's not going to be good for your body
Yeah.
in the longer run, and it's not a healthy choice, but you want it and you get it immediately.
Yeah, so do you think the more you delay this instant gratification, do you think you could train yourself to delay it?
I think you can. I think it's a bit like with, you have to be your own role model, like the manager who doesn't answer the employees. I think you have to do the same with your brain. You have to say, okay, I'm going to sort of like manage my own brain this way and learn, what is it? Do I really need this instant gratification now? Do I really need this, whatever it is? And manage it, I think. Become aware of it.
I think that is the key, to become aware that you're like pursuing instant gratification. Because maybe you could take a few minutes in your day to write down what areas do I pursue instant gratification most on. So do I, for instance, is my weakness like shopping online, and I'm going to want everything I see that I've been advertised to in the last day?
Mm-hmm.
Or is my weakness wanting to like eat something that's unhealthy for me, like high fat, high carbs or whatever, something that you don't want to be eating right now? Or is it some abusive substance as well?
Yeah, definitely. It could be in all realms of your life.
It could be everywhere, anywhere and everywhere that you find that you are going towards instant gratification.
Yeah, they did that famous marshmallow test, didn't they?
Yeah, that was
years
very
and years
famous.
ago, yeah. Actually did
Where the
reveal that
child-
the kids, that waited longer seemed to be the higher achievers in life, wasn't
Yes.
it? Was it something like that?
Yeah, and they were the happiest as well, I think.
I'm not sure about that, but I remember in the test they put these marshmallows and they told these toddlers, you wait till... I probably would have eaten it.
I don't think I
No,
would
I
have.
don't think I might not have, because I might have been scared of the grown-ups. Because the grown-ups tell the
No, but
little
they
babies,
say you
do not...
can eat one. If you eat, no, the test is look, I'm going to give you this marshmallow.
Right,
I'm
okay.
going to go out the room. When I come back, if you haven't eaten it, I'm going to give you another one, so you'll have two to eat.
Oh, so the kids are old enough to understand
Yeah,
they're going to get
they're
two.
like 5
right.
or something.
Oh,
4 or
okay.
5.
Oh, wow, that does sound like a good deal.
Yeah.
I probably would
But
have waited.
most of the
Waited.
of more than half, I think, ate it
They
straight
can't
away.
resist.
No, they can't
No.
resist.
And this test revealed that then
They're
afterwards...
they're not willing. They haven't learned to wait for things, to wait for the gratification. And
No.
you'd get more pleasure in the end. It's a bit like that in life as well. If you wait for something, you get more pleasure in the end. And I think a trick is to like reward yourself for waiting. So
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So you get gratification for waiting. Yeah, I was good. I waited.
It's a bit like the 80-20 diet plan, isn't it?
Yeah.
That you have 20% of what you really like and then 80 maybe throughout the day or at the weekend or something.
But how could we actually put this into practice? Like instant gratification, like for example...
Well, you could say, if you were walking along and we went to a coffee shop. say,
Yeah, and you saw a
and
big
we
cake
saw
or something.
lovely cakes here, especially
Yeah.
here in Italy. They have these gorgeous buns and cakes and
yeah.
things. And you think, is it time for me to have a cake now? I've seen it now, so and I want it.
Right.
But do I actually really need it or want it? Or maybe if I come back at the weekend and I can have the cake then, when I know, like, it's it's okay to have a cake if you only want one
Yeah,
cake a week.
yeah, yeah.
Say if you're not supposed to have too many cakes in one
Yeah,
day.
you've
'cause
got problems
if you
with,
haven't and you want cake, there's no reason why you can't eat it
sugar,
as
blood
part of
sugar or something.
yeah, as part of a balanced diet. But for instance, personally, I shouldn't really be eating cakes every day.
No, me neither.
So
No, you want
at
to
least
keep it
not
into
these
check.
lovely
Yeah.
big buns that you see at the shop.
No.
Like before, we always used to have one, didn't we, every day when we were a lot younger.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
now,
Then you get to a certain age when they say, "Hey, watch out,
watch
blood
out
sugar,
for
blah
your
blah
blood
blah."
sugar, your cholesterol, these things.
Yeah, your blood pressure, all of it. You're not really. Yeah, you're right.
Not really recommended that you have these.
So you would say, don't get it every day. When you
So
see it
just
every
look at
day,
it. You can look at it and say, okay, I appreciate that I've seen you and you look absolutely delicious.
yeah, but I'm
But
not.
I'm not
going
going to eat you today, and I'll eat you at the weekend.
So that's sort of like a delayed
Yes,
gratification.
and then you throughout the week
yeah.
you can think, at the weekend I'm going to eat that lovely cake.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
I do
lovely
that.
Cake.
I do that because every day, with the team, normally we go into the bar and we see these cakes and everything. Not all the time. I do get it sometimes. I might have half. Like sort of share
that's another
it.
way of
Yeah.
sharing.
Yeah, that's a bit like the 80-20, sort of share it a little bit. But then I do think about the weekend that can be a bit more like a bit indulgent, especially as far as sweets and treats are involved.
Exactly. But I mean, it can be like that with anything that you
Yeah.
think you really want.
Yeah.
You can moderate it and say, no, I'm not going to have that right now because I know it's not good for me, and I'm going to get the gratification at a later date. And also, you'll get twice the gratification because you're going to be so happy with yourself and feel really good. Because half the time, if you eat the cake,
You don't
then
feel
afterwards
good.
you say, "Oh God, I should have eaten that."
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, why did I eat that? Oh, I shouldn't
Yeah,
have had
so
it.
you
So you're
reward
not even
yourself for
feeling
not
good.
eating it.
Yes.
And you're like, you get this happiness, kind of like a reward. You say, no, I didn't eat it, like what you were saying, and that's like
Yeah,
good.
obviously this is for people. I mean, this is for people that have a healthy relationship with food and they're not like eating too little or eating, you know. You
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
because obviously if you have, if you we don't want to be recommending this to people that are underweight and that should be eating healthily and properly. Then you should definitely eat your cake and
Yeah.
be happy about it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, yes. I mean, I was just reading about how the instant messaging tools reinforce this kind of culture. Yeah, we've already
It
said
does,
that.
doesn't
Yeah.
it? 'Cause how long did you have to wait for a letter before?
Goodness me.
Or for your
you're right.
exam results? How long did you have
I mean,
to
to
wait?
tell you the truth, like this morning, I wrote to the eye doctor because I got this issue with my eyes, and he answered. I was like waiting for him to answer me, like literally, and he did. He answered me within seconds of the messaging. So I mean,
So you didn't even have to wait till this afternoon or anything?
no, I could have put the phone down and said, okay, he'll answer me when he can. He's an important surgeon, he's busy. But he answered me literally within seconds. I'm thinking it is quite invasive. And I'm guilty of doing it myself.
Well, and the thing
And
is
I
that
know-
we're all used to this.
and we're used to it,
And
yeah.
also with the internet and everything, it's if it goes down for a few minutes, we go nuts, don't we?
Yeah.
So we are used to having like this constant gratification all the time.
Yeah. Here it says it's actually unnecessary to always communicate live. But each person can respond when it suits them best at set times of the day. In this way, we can ensure that there are time slots without interruptions. I suppose you need to do that as well, don't you?
Well, now
You need to have
Well, that's a problem in a lot of workplaces today, that there's too many interruptions
Absolutely.
and you can't get your work done.
No. Too many people want immediate responses. Yikes! Yeah, we've got to get it. We've got to become aware of this.
I think it's gone from being that we had to be so patient, like waiting for a bus for hours,
Gosh, yeah.
to
It did build resilience, though, didn't it?
did. I know everything used to take such a long time.
Such a long time. I mean, I remember when the first, when they would develop the cameras, the photos, when they said it would be developed in 1 hour, we would think, yay,
Yeah.
1 hour, that's so fast. Yet nowadays that can seem like an eternity. You think, what? I want to get my photos developed. Does it really? Do I have to wait a whole hour for it?
Exactly. The photos, get the photos developed. Actually, I watched a film the other day where it was a series where they had to go and get their pictures developed. And they said, quick service, 1 hour. And they're going, 1 hour?
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's exactly.
The young kids are saying, that's not quick.
That's so slow.
I mean, we used to have to wait a week, and then it became an hour. Do you think that
this might make us live longer, though, in somehow? Like, having everything so fast, it sort of like gives you more life, or it gives you less?
No, I think it gives you less life in the end.
But you can do so many more things if you think about it.
Well, if you use it wisely, it's to your advantage. But if you don't, which most of us don't, it's not to our advantage.
Because you would think if you can get things done so much faster and more efficient today, then surely we would have so much time to be more creative.
Yeah.
More, we could be inventing these brilliant instruments and doing all kind of things. I suppose some of us are, but
some of us are.
The mere humans are just.
A lot of them is.
We end up wasting time. It's almost like
we're drugging ourselves on this instant dopamine hit of this instant gratification, and we're drugging our brains out and not being able to actually use them for creativity. Because we're always looking for the next thing that's going to give us instant gratification.
Yeah, it's definitely something to become aware of.
I think so. It's time to wait for things, I think, again. To plan ahead and think.
Plan ahead,
I think that's why people that book their holidays in advance, and they really look forward to them.
And they're the happiest sort of thing.
Well, they are, because they look forward to them, don't they?
We don't do that, do we? We always book last minute. I was thinking there's something wrong there when you were saying it.
Like my husband's family has just written to him, when are we going on holiday? Because we will get together.
Yeah,
and
that's really
I was thinking, but and then my hubby said, I'm planning it soon. It's for this summer. And his sister said, about time. I thought you were never going to say anything.
Goodness me, it's only January.
Yeah, I know. Because
they plan
ahead.
Okay, yeah. Well, but then it probably makes them really happy thinking about the future.
Yes, because then they know where they're going and they've got their holidays all sorted and everything. I suppose we don't have to do that because since we work for ourselves, we don't have to plan so far ahead.
No,
because we can just say, okay, we've got a few days, let's go here.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, you do need to plan and to take your holiday times and warn your company.
Exactly.
Yeah, obviously 2-3 months ahead or whatever. Yeah, you need to know when you're going to be having your holidays most of the time.
Yeah, but I mean, I remember when I first started going out with my boyfriend, who's now my husband. It used to be when we separated when it was the holidays and we would separate. I remember he would write letters still.
Yeah.
And it used to take ages, and I would look forward to the letter the next day. Every couple of days there'd be a letter.
It was special, wasn't it?
Special.
I mean, it's so nice now just to be able to talk to them. It seems weird.
I mean, I prefer to talk, but
because you can't imagine what it is.
You would just be so you would be so separated though from them.
Yeah, very separated.
Like now it's the opposite. It's maybe too much. If they don't text you straight away, what's going on? You know, it's constant phone calls, it's constant texting.
When I used to be an air hostess, I would just be away from my boyfriend for I was only here 10 days a month. So I was always away, any part of the world, and never had a phone, cell phone, nothing.
Yeah, you're not always looking at your phone and saying, I'm here, everything's fine, I'm okay. No,
I would just say, don't worry, I'll be back on this date. And then you could be out in Venezuela, Tokyo, you could be anywhere in the world. But nowadays, I was speaking to an airline assistant, and she was saying, oh no, nowadays it's constant texting. And if you don't answer back, like she said, my mum freaks out. You know, my boyfriend, it's actually quite stressful.
Exactly.
And she was saying, what could it be like when you used to be an air host? I go, well, we're talking about 30 years ago. I mean, it was like wild. You would just go off. Even my parents, I would just say, to mum and dad,
But
Mum,
we
I'm
seemed
off.
to manage, didn't we? I mean,
I'm back in. I'm back in 7
manage?
days' time, and that's it. The flight. If you want, they could have a copy of your flight, numbers in your flight schedule, and that was it. And you'd be off. Yeah.
I remember when once when I was a student in Paris, and I was waiting for my boyfriend to meet me. I said, "Come over for a few days." So he said yes, and so he came, and I slept in. And there's no way I could contact him or anything. And then I woke up and I thought, no, he's going to be at Gare du Nord.
He's going to be waiting.
He's been there for 3 hours or something. Oh, no.
How could you have slept in knowing that he was coming?
I don't know what happened.
That was odd.
It was terrible what happened.
Because you were so desperate to see him.
Yeah, I was. But I think I had the alarm or something happened. I don't know. I hadn't been drinking or anything. I didn't use the drink. It's not as if
I'd been a night out drink.
No, I'd been just gone to bed normally. I don't know what happened. I think I must have missed the alarm, maybe been in a heavy sleep because I had to get up a bit earlier. I don't know. Anyway, in the end, I thought I quickly got dressed, got there, and I thought, how the heck am I going to find him? We had no phones, nothing in those days. No. It was so
Well, how did
medieval.
You find him?
In the end, I just went there and I started. I just went there to where the train was supposed to, and I started looking for him, and I saw him.
Yeah, that's it. It was also random.
People would wait if no one turned up. You would just wait for hours.
You would wait for them.
I mean, he'd waited for 3 hours or something.
So true. It was.
It was nothing like this is to gratification. Now, where are you? I'm here.
I'm here. Yeah, send drive location. There. Yeah. Oh, there you are. Oh, hello. No. That did teach us to wait, but nonetheless, we are still hooked onto this instant gratification today.
Yeah.
So,
because I think your brain gets
you get used to it. You get used to it quickly.
But I do put one of the ways you can do it is to put your phone away. You do put your phone away.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, I do as well. A
for
certain hour at
sometimes.
night, I turn it off.
Yeah, and for hours, and make sure you get a good bedtime as well. Have your regular sleep routine so you can sleep well.
Don't look at your emails.
No.
Leave them.
Silence them.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think, and if you have you finding that you're looking for instant gratification a lot, or if you find that there's a lot of rewards in the waiting.
If you think that perhaps a culture of a little bit more of slowness should be coming back in, I think that could be a good thing to look forward to. Yes. Yeah.
Lots of love and smiles from the English sisters. Bye-bye.